Max? I'm not sure. Yes, we have, so we'll send him an invite. And then we'll sort out there we go, he's back in. Whether that was due to my invite or not, I don't know, but I'll do that anyway. There we go. Now let's see who's going to be first one out onto the track. Colin's usually one who is out early. Easy Life there making a move. Jaden, I'm sure, has been told not to do wet tyres, but there you go. And it's going to be Spoony, followed by Easy Life and Colin. Easy Life going a bit deep there into that corner as they go round on their outlaps. If you're new in the chat, do give us a follow, especially if you're on the Kick channel, as Spoony now lets Colin go. Yes, especially if you're on the Kick channel. And off is and Jaden is off, and he seems to be parked. And if he doesn't come back onto the track soon, he's going to be out. He is out. Jaden is out, and I'm not sure what has happened there, but he's come out on wet tyres in the dry, and now he's been disqualified. So Jaden will be starting from the back of the grid. We will go with Colin, who's going to be the first hot lap. So Jaden's out of here. As I was saying, especially if you're on the Kick, then do please give us a follow, as we are trying to get to 75, so we can get rid of Twitch adverts and get some subscribers on Kick. That's the plan. We're on 41 as it goes at the moment, so we need your help. Colin wrestling the car through there. Red Bull stays nicely out of his way. Round the last corner. Took a bit of curb but didn't invalidate, and it's a 104.8 for Colin. And Spoony's out. Spoony has binned it. Coming into the last corner, it looks like. And Spoony is out. Easy Life with a 105.5. Skippy a 106.4. Syme just tops Colin with a 104.8. Sloth in there with a 105.5. But we've lost two early doors, and it's Jaden and Spoony who are out without setting a time. Here's Senna has invalidated, so here is Max. Managed to get him back in after that disconnect, and he's going to try and make the most of it here. And does 104.6. Provisional pole position for Max World. Mr. Pickle has invalidated, as has Joker. Here's 50. And Sloth goes quickest. 104.6 for Sloth. Provisional pole for the Mercedes. UJ is out there now as well. We'll stay with 50 for now. And UJ goes quickest by quite a way. 103.7 for UJ. It's taken a massive chunk. Skippy a 105.1. P6 ahead of Senna and Easy Life at the moment. And 50 slots in behind Easy Life, 106.5. Not his best effort there. So here's Joker. Sainsy, Smug and Al Newt all on outlaps. Mr. Pickle also coming round again. We'll go to after Joker. As Joker comes to the line, 104.8, and that is P6. Here comes Mr. Pickle. And a 105.5 puts him down in P10. He'll hope to do better there. And now Smug will go on board. Al Newt is out. Al Newt has crashed. And that's a third one who's not set a time and is out. So 3 without setting times are out of here. On board with Smug now. Still the leader in the Pro-Ams. And he comes up towards the line and it's a 105.2 and that is P8 for Smug Git. Sainsy now. Round in the last corner. And it's a 105.1 for him. And above Skippy and Smug into P7 for Sainsy. So far no one has beaten the time set by Colin in terms of the Pro-Ams. Sloth right up there in P2, just ahead of Syme and Max. Speedy Bullet and King Kong on their way around, the last ones to set a lap. This is Colin trying to improve, but he's a couple of tenths down. And has invalidated now. Sainsy cruising round. Here's Easy Life. Going for another go. Speedy Bullet and King Kong both on their laps, so we'll go with Speedy. And we'll go on board. Is Austria on tonight? It is Austria tonight, yes. We are in the Red Bull Ring. Just one race to bring you today. Globby Mondays will be back next week in Mexico. The 10 PM slot. They skip bank holidays in that league. Here comes Speedy Bullet now towards the line. And a 104.8. Good lap from him. And that is P7. Max, meanwhile, goes to P2 with a 104.2. Where's Kong? Here he is. He's invalidated. So we're back with UJ. Who still has half a second in hand at the moment on Max. Nearly a second on the rest. Senna and Mr. Pickle will Look to be a bit higher than they currently sit. Kong is going to pit, as is UJ. So he knew he wasn't improving. Sloth close to improving. Flash of purple. No Swanton this evening, I've just noticed. He's okay. Sloth does not improve. Syme now has invalidated. Joker up to P5 and Maxwell's out. Has he just decided he's done enough? I think so, as he is in the pits. So Max has decided he's had enough of qualifying. Can he stay on the front row? It remains to be seen. Joker has now slowed right up, which is a shame as he had improved. So 104.7 for him and P5 at the moment. Ahead of Colin. Speedy Bullet. Senna does improve to a 104.8. Good stuff from him. Pickle yet to make another attempt. Smug down in P11 at the moment.
Whatever life throws at you, laugh through it with comedy on Audible.
Moment. .50 a bit off the pace. Mr. Pickle also. And Kong back on and out lap. So at the moment, the P3 holding for Sloth. Ahead of Syme. I still have a black screen. We are live on my channel as well, Blobby_Butler, as you can see, with my you can see there on my channel as well. I'm not sure as of why that is happening. We're live on Kick and on my Twitch as well as the DRL one. If you would like to go there, I will punch them in the chat. So I'm not sure about that. That'll be a technical issue at their end as they are working perfectly fine here. So do come and join us on one of the other streams if you can't see anything on the DRL one for some reason. Don't know why that is. King Kong, let's go and see King Kong. He's 14th, 105.7 for him.
There we go.
There we go. Hello to the J. He is now in this stream. I don't know what happened with the other one, but there you go.
That's neutral face.
Ads are, we always get ads, I'm afraid. The only way to avoid ads is to subscribe. Which, if you're a primer, you can do for free. Once we get to 75 followers on Kick, we'll get rid of the Twitch ads. Skippy and Easy Life changing places. Smug has improved to P9. Here's Joker. 3 minutes left in the session. And Colin improves, and Kong, improves as well. King Kong to P3 and Colin P4. So Sloth and Syme have been pushed down a row, as has Joker. Can he now improve?
Brimming face with sweat.
Yes. What was with the wet tyres and the early DNF? Is it a last to first challenge for you, or did something go wrong there? Joker then up to the line and P3 104.2.
Lost.
So there you have it. Jay is going for the last to first challenge. It'll be difficult with UJ and Max up the front. And UJ thinks he's done enough as well. He's the only one in the 103s at the moment. So we shall see. Last 2 minutes. This is Senna, who currently is in P9. King Kong and Colin flying the flag for the Pro-Ams. P4 and 5 at the moment. Alpines both on hot laps. Syme and Sainsey a bit further round than Senna, but we'll see how Senna's doing. He's slightly up. Colin has done enough for himself. Syme goes above him though. P4 for Syme, 104.3. No improvement from Sainsey. Here's Senna to the line and improves to P8, 104.7. And we're now coming towards the end of the session. And there's not many, actually, out there going. Speedy Bullet is going to be the last one, I think. Syme is now behind Sainsey. Sainsey's off and in the wall! Massive accident for Sainsey! And he was just pushing too hard, and that's a big accident. And he is out. Syme's a couple of seconds down, so he won't be improving. Smug might though. He's a couple of tenths up. Let's keep an eye on this, as there's a few of them still coming. The checkered flag is out. Where can Smug go here? He goes P8, 104.7 above Senna. Sloth back into the pits, as is Senna, and that just leaves Speedy Bullet. What was a strange qualifying session. Speedy Bullet comes up to the line and doesn't improve. So there you have it. UJ taking pole from Max. Joker up in third ahead of Syme. King Kong and Colin share the third row of the Pro-Ams. Then it's Sloth and Smug, Senna and Speedy Bullet ahead of his teammate Mr. Pickle. Then Sainsey, we saw, had that massive accident. And Skippy easy by 50 gent. With Al Newt. Al Newt, Jaden and Spoonie not setting times. There you have it, almost half a second for UJ.
Fun.
Good luck, Jaden. I will be watching. So you will see the pit wall in a second, and I will read you some stats. Thank you very much for the follow, Jay, as well. Much appreciated.
Give it the beans, UJGC.
Hello to Widowman in the chat. Just find what I'm looking for here. Championship standings. Overall drivers. See Syme top of the pile. 8 points ahead of UJ with Max, Jaden next in from Swanton, who's missing today, and Brad, who's also missing today. Alpine top the charts by a nice margin from the chasing pack of Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin, Ferrari, McLaren and Williams. And even Mercedes and AlphaTauri also in that big group battle for second. Alpine well clear, 26 points clear. And in the Pro-Ams, Smug leads the way from King Kong by 6 points. Then Al Newt, Sainsy 50 and Ninjas in the chasing pack ahead of Colin. Skippy and Easy Life making up the rear at the moment. Speedy Bullet, of course, won last week on his return, having missed a couple of races.
Meet Darren. Darren never used to like the motorway. Then one day, he discovered a better way. Now Darren never hogs the middle lane and always keeps at least 2 seconds from the vehicle in front, reducing congestion, collisions and transforming his journey. Take it away, Darren.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Say it again now.
Little changes change everything. National Highways.
Whatever life throws at you, laugh through it with comedy on Audible.
So he's one to look out for as well. Of course, we do have the formation lap still on in this league, so I'll be able to take you through all the tyre choices. This 36 lapper. Is it going to be a 1 or a 2 stop race? We shall see. The weather looks particularly sunny. In the Austrian hills today. Our Newt has just rejoined. I didn't notice that he had left. So hopefully he'll be able to take his car. Good evening to Adkins in the chat. Look forward to seeing you again next week in the Blobby Mondays. Where we have 3 races to decide the champion. I think Dean has just left it too late. Doug Freet tops the charts ahead of VDV. Belgians battling it out. Despite not winning a race, Jack Daniels is right in there as well. And Noodles, Adkins and Cam are all still in there as well. The new season will begin in July. We may have some warm-up tour events on Mondays in June. Do bear with us on that. Obviously the final race in Blobby Mondays will be in June. And don't forget the DRS Knockout Cup. Tuesdays in May. Join me for that. Tomorrow, the first quarter-final. In fact, for both quarter-finals. Tomorrow. I will be missing next Tuesday as I'm in Glasgow. But I think King Kong or Swanton or Sainsbury or someone will be doing comms on the DRL channel on the 14th. I'll be back for the 21st and the final on the 28th, I believe. So, more information on the Knockout Cup, and I believe there might even be some wildcard spots left. Have a look for the... Send us a message and we'll get you in the DRS Discord. Same if you want in for the new game. You can join my Discord as well. Just send us a message and we'll get that put in the chat for you. As I don't think the bot is working. I think I need to re-log it in. So here we have the formation lap. And they get underway. And would you look at that? Nobody going for softs. Just 4 of them going for the hards. Joker, Syme, Skippy and Jaden. And Spoonie's been disqualified and reset to the grid. I'm not sure what he did. That's very odd. Put that data on. Spoonie maybe come into contact with somebody as he was warming up his tyres, perhaps. Our mute is in Ghost, which is not a promising sign. So everybody going for medium or hards. Looks like a one-stopper in prospect, unless we have a safety car. Which we've managed to avoid safety cars in the main early in this season. Managed to avoid many DNFs as well as they come back round to the grid. I'm hoping it's not going to give you this terrible view for the start, but it's probably going to. In which case I'll be going to Max, I think. Going on board, Max disqualified for his parking. Usually a few more. Only a couple.
Luck, everyone, thumbs up. Medium skin tone.
Bazza says good luck to everybody. We have got a terrible view for the start, so I'm going on board with Max. And away they go. UJ will get to the first corner first. And away he goes. Senna side by side with Sloth. Jaden's already jumped 3 places. As they all get through there. Medium hard one stopper, and in the wars is Smug there. Smug's in the wars. Al Newt is out. Al Newt out of the back. Smug was in the wars there and I think picked up damage. Maybe a couple behind him did as well. Sainsy's going to overtake him now. And Jaden trying to go past Skippy got Smug a bit in his way, but now gets through into P12 already, Jaden. No change at the front. Smug will peel off into the pit lane. So we've lost Al Newt on that one. And off is Max. Max Weld. Max Weld is off. And he's dropped down now to P10. Not sure what happened there, but they're all stacking up behind Joker. And UJ has got a couple of seconds up the road. Jaden makes another place. That's going to be P11 now for him. And he now chases down Max. And tries to go around Max's outside. And makes it stick. And that's another one for Jaden. P10 already. Smug rejoins a long way back. UJ sets the fastest lap of the race. King Kong is going to go for Syme here. As DRS now enabled. King Kong going after Syme. He's got to be careful as Colin and Senna are right in behind. He'll get it slowed just about. Mr. Pickle went wide and lost some time. Syme making a move on Joker up the inside. Jaden's got another place. He has passed Sainsy. Joker managed to keep Syme behind, but only just. And he's keeping King Kong, Colin, Senna all behind with him as well. Sloth trying to tag on to these. Colin looking for a move on Senna. In fact, sorry, Senna looking for a move on Colin. The AlphaTauri and Haas liveries very similar this season. Jaden, fastest lap of the race. Now up to P9 and chasing down Mr. Pickle. Colin goes side by side with King Kong. And makes the pass before the corner. So Colin now up to P4 ahead of King Kong. UJ is absolutely loving this. He's 4 seconds clear now of this chasing train held up by Joker. Syme desperate to get past and get after the leader. They're all going to tag on to this train all the way back to Jaden in P9. Syme just losing it a little to Joker. The others now might be the danger. King Kong went deep there and Senna's going to jump him. Good move by Senna, patient. And up to P5. King Kong could be threatened by Sloth now, his teammate just behind him. And Jaden and Mr. Pickle side by side. Drag race down to the next corner. Jaden with DRS gets the pass. Syme meanwhile finally passes Joker. But Joker's going to scrap with him. And Syme gets the move. Then Colin, Senna, King Kong, Sloth, and now Jaden, who's passed Mr. Pickle and is going to get involved with these two Mercedes now. Joker trying to fight back to Syme, but he's got Colin right on his tail. Senna's picked up a penalty there. And who's going to make the move here? Colin had a look. In the end, they all come through. Jaden. There goes Jaden. Past one of the Mercedes. Jaden round the outside and passes Sloth into P7 already. We're on lap 6 of 36. Jaden started at the back, remember. Spoonie also started at the back, and he's making his way through slightly slower than Jaden. He's in P13 now in the Haas. Senna still right amongst it, battling Colin. And contacted in the wall is Senna! Senna's out of the race! Safety car! Colin has picked up a penalty for hitting Senna there. Senna tried to make the move around the last corner. 50 Gent now into the pits. But Senna into the wall and out of the race. So UJ will be cursing his luck. He headed up to 8 seconds. And he's now going to be brought back to the field. That will help Symes' cause. Spoonie's got to drive through. Spoonie not sticking to Delta. That's got a drive through penalty. And that's going to undo his good work from the rear of the field. UJ is into the pit lane. So is it going to be hard tyres for a long stint for UJ? Syme, Joker, Colin, everybody's coming in. Mr. Pickle, Max. Someone stayed out. Who is that? That is Sloth. So Sloth takes the lead of the race. UJ's going to rejoin ahead of Skippy, it looks like. So Skippy didn't pit. Spoonie didn't pit. But everybody else has. UJ to the hard tyres. Can he go to the end on those? The ones who've gone hard to medium surely can't. That includes Jaden, Syme, Joker. But Sloth now leads this race from UJ and Skippy. Then it's Spoonie, Syme, Joker, King Kong, Jaden, Max and Mr. Pickle. Colin has dropped to 11th. Head of Sainsy, Speedy Bullet, 50 Gen, Easy Life and Smug. Smug did a 30 lap stint on hard tyres at Monaco to claim a famous victory. Can he do even longer this time? It looks doubtful. Safety car will go round again as Smug latches on to the back of the field. So I should be in at the end of this lap, folks. And the start of lap 10 will have us racing once again. Bear with me a second while I take my jumper off. It's getting a little bit warm. Got half a lap, so no problemo. Got the Simply Lovely. See that? If you know, you know. Safety car is indeed in this lap. So let's see if UJ can reclaim the lead on the fresh tyres. Sloth will pace the field then. I'm sure Jaden will be quick on the new mediums. But again, strategy wise, has he got it wrong? Sloth gets a good jump and away he goes. Mr. Pickles picked up a penalty there. Sloth leads them away. UJ trying to get after him up the hill. Smug passes Easy Life. Syme is going to get past Spoony. And that's a good move from Syme. Nice and clean up the inside. And he will now try and get after Skippy. UJ meanwhile side by side. Is he going to get up the inside? Yes he is. And UJ back into the lead. Syme up the inside of Skippy. Good move by Syme. And he is into P3 and will try and stick with UJ. He's got Sloth in between them now. Spoony's going to have to get out of here and do a drive-through penalty shortly. Jaden's having a look at the back of Joker. And both of them are going to pass Spoony, it seems. Jaden couldn't do it. He had to stick behind. Max up the inside of King Kong. They're going to drag race. Further forward, Syme going around the outside this time of King Kong. Of Sloth, sorry. And makes it stick. Good move again by Syme. Jaden does get Spoony now. And he's up to P6. And now Spoony dropping down places. He's lost out to Max and to King Kong. And Joker has passed Skippy. Jaden round the outside. Also passes Skippy.
There's a virus that made apes smarter and almost killed all of us. This was a human place with human ideas. It was not meant for apes.
It is now. He stole my village.
I know where they're taking your clan.
I will bring them home. Together, you will die. No, together, strong.
Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Cinemas Thursday, May 9.
Meet Darren. Darren never used to like the motorway. Then one day, he discovered a better way. Now Darren never hogs the middle lane and always keeps at least 2 seconds from the vehicle in front, reducing congestion, collisions, and transforming his journey. Take it away, Darren.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Say it again.
Little changes change everything. National Highways.
So good stuff from Jaden up to P5. Spoony now in front of his teammate and pulls off to the pit lane as Max passed Skippy. Joker passes Sloth and into P3 goes Joker. Jaden's right there though, 3 of them. Jaden pushed very wide. They're going to be 3 wide up to this corner. Jaden gets the elbows out and gets past both of them. Great move by Jaden. He was almost pushed very wide and off the track by Joker there. But he got his elbows out and he made the move. Jaden P3 from Joker, Sloth. And then Max now on the case of Sloth. Skippy's dropped to P7 ahead of King Kong and Colin. Then it's Sainsy, Speedy. 50 Gent, and Sloth's picked up a penalty. Mr. Pickle has picked off Colin there. And wide goes Sainsy and loses a place. And into the pit lane now is Sainsy. So maybe he got some damage somewhere. As Max passes Sloth into turn 1. King Kong now pursued by Skippy. He might make a dive. Not this time. Mr. Pickle right there, but does have a penalty. Collins dropped now to P10. In between the two Aston Martins. Mr. Pickle up the inside of Skippy. The Mercedes side by side up ahead. And King Kong trying to go around the outside of his teammate and gets it done. And now Sloth might lose out as well to Mr. Pickle. Cracking close racing throughout the field at the moment. The safety car bringing everybody together. Pickle's going to have another go. The Sloth has the DRS to defend with on this occasion. Jaden has now caught Syme. And is going to have a look up his inside for P2. And Jaden takes P2. Good evening, Senna, in the chat. I saw your accident. It was a very unfortunate one. I, of course, will pass no comment in terms of the stewards' room. I'll let the stewards do their job. Mr. Pickle passing Sloth now. But Sloth trying to keep it there. Colin in there as well. They've dropped Skippy now, who has got Speedy Bullet for company. And Speedy Bullet still having a look, can't get by. Colin's going to have another go down the straight, I think. As is Speedy Bullet. Speedy Bullet gets the move. And up into P10. Colin just pushed out wide a little by Sloth. He's going to try and go around the outside of him though, and he does. Colin makes the move on Sloth, who is still yet to pit. Spoonie, Sloth and Colin. Still yet. Spoonie, Sloth and Skippy, sorry, still yet to pit. Completely lost where I was then, as Colin and Mr. Pickle continue to scrap. Gaps appearing further forward at the moment. So this midfield scrap, Colin, Mr. Pickle and Sloth to Speedy Bullet. The two closest battles on track at the moment. And into the pits. Into the pits goes Sloth. 50 Gents now up to P11. And chasing Skippy for P10. And going for the move around the outside. Almost touch wheels. And 50 Gent up into the top 10. Sloth is going to rejoin behind Spoonie. Spoonie, of course, yet to pit, but did have a drive-through. Easy Life and Smug have been close together in this race. They're now 12 and 13. And Easy Life going a bit squirrely there as he tries to push. I'm sure he's going to have picked up one warning out of those two little wide runs. Mr. Pickle won't leave Colin alone. He's going to go for him again up the hill. And now Skippy back up the inside of 50 Gent. And that's P10 back for Skippy as Easy Life passed Smug but got it wrong a bit there and went wide. And Smug is going to just retake that place. Just outbraked himself, did Easy Life there. So the two main battles on track at the moment, 50 and Skippy for P10. Mr. Pickle trying to get P7 from Colin. But Pickle, of course, does have a penalty. Colin's penalty served in the pit lane. As it was a contact penalty rather than a track limit. So I believe it's just 3 seconds each on the board for Mr. Pickle, Easy Life and Sloth. Jaden's made his way all the way to P2, but he now can't seem to close the gap to UJ, remaining around 2 seconds. Easy Life trying to stick with Smug. Who's showing no signs of his tyres giving him any problems at the moment. Pickle going for it here behind Colin. Should have enough this time, Mr. Pickle, to make this a move. Colin just seems to have that straight line speed at the moment. It's double DRS, of course. Which way is he going to try and go? Up the inside. Brakes later and makes the move. Colin will try and switch him back with a bit of DRS of his own. As 50 passes Skippy. And they're going to drag race down to the next corner. On board with 50. Up the inside. They leave each other room. Skippy's still there on his inside. And 50's going to get the move done. Lovely stuff from 50 Gent. And up to P10. Clean racing from both. Skippy going to have a look up the inside possibly. I think he may be on his way into the pits. He is. Skippy into the pits. And Speedy Bullet's got a penalty. Colin continues to try and get back to Mr. Pickle. Skippy will come out all the way, almost in last. I'm watching the... In fact, he will be last. Just...
Meet Darren. Darren never used to like the motorway. Then one day, he discovered a better way. Now Darren never hogs the middle lane and always keeps at least 2 seconds from the vehicle in front, reducing congestion, collisions and transforming his journey. Take it away, Darren.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Say it again now.
Little changes change everything. National Highways.
Just behind Sainsey. Easy Life and Smug at it again. And Easy Life up to P11. He's having a decent race in the Red Bull. Collins dropped a bit away from Mr. Pickle now, who tries to get after King Kong. King Kong having a quiet race, but in P6, after all the scrapping earlier on, he's managed to take that lead of the Pro-Am. And with Colin scrapping Mr. Pickle behind him, Spoonie picks up another penalty. He's done 20 laps now on the medium tyres. And a caution in Sector 3. That is Alpine. That's Sainsy. Sainsy is off. Sainsy had a bit of a spin, the same place that claimed Senna, but didn't hit the pit wall, so he's okay. Smug still right on the case of Easy Life. Up the inside. Not this time. Smug's tyres must be starting to feel it now. 20 laps old. Jaden just starting to close the gap a little. 50 Gent is up into P9 because Speedy Bullet is in the pit lane. And Spoonie is as well. So Spoonie and Speedy both in the pits. Max now catching Joker. This Easy Life and Smug scrap is now for P10. And Easy Life remains in front for now. But not for long as Smug retakes that place. $50 Gent currently running in P9. Colin passing Mr. Pickle, who is in the pits. So Mr. Pickle is the latest to pit. And it now is looking like a two-stop race for the majority. And it's mediums for him. Smug also now in the pits. Sainsy picks up a penalty. Mr. Pickle is going to join just behind Sloth. So Sloth takes P10 from Mr. Pickle. Collins now trying to get after King Kong. This, of course, could be the battle for the Pro-Am victory. But if they have to pit again, then who knows? Max has now caught up to Joker, whose mediums might start to be suffering. But a bit wide there was Max, and that's going to dent the momentum for a move into turn one. Sloth and Mr. Pickle now catching Easy Life, who's up in P9. And Easy Life in fact pits. So Easy Life into the pits, freeing Sloth and Mr. Pickle back into the top 10. Let's see where Easy Life comes back out. Has Smug managed to get in with the undercut? It looks like he has. Smug comfortably gets the undercut on Easy Life. Sloth and Mr. Pickle side by side, and Mr. Pickle forced wide onto the curbing. King Kong and Colin are now fully in a battle. Jaden's in the pits. Jaden in the pits from P2. Max closing in on Joker. King Kong closing in on the Pro-Am lead. Once again from Colin. Colin overtook him on the previous lap. Max now past Joker and into P3. Jaden has rejoined in P7. So not the end of the world for Jaden. He'll get after King Kong and Colin, who are having their own private battle, as I said. Pickle and Sloth continue their battle. And Mr. Pickle is going to get that one done up before the corner. And that's P9. Smug picks up a penalty. Skippy, the only one outside the top 10 to have no penalties at the moment. Kong and Colin, this is a battle and a half. And it's for the Pro-Am win. Simon into the pits. And Joker as well. So where they go, Colin and King Kong also. So everybody, 4 of them all pitting. Jaden's going to get all of them. And back to P3 goes Jaden. King Kong's gone for softs, as has Colin. So the 2 of them, 50 Gent now takes the lead of the Pro-Am. But can he get to the end? Surely not. Colin's come out just behind Mr. Pickle. And King Kong is behind Sloth and Speedy Bullet. So a big shuffle here. Colin going to make the move on Mr. Pickle very quickly. And up to P7 goes Colin. $50 Gent currently leading the Pro-Am, but surely has to pit. Joker's having a good race. He is in P5. Jaden sets the fastest lap of the race as he tries to chase down Max and UJ at the front. Into the pits comes 50 Gent. So Colin will take the Pro-Am lead once again. Also in is Sloth. And a speeding penalty for Sloth. So Colin, King Kong and Speedy Bullet are now your top 3 in the Pro-Am. Easy Life comes out. 50 Gent comes out behind Easy Life in P13. Sloth and Spoonie's got Sloth. Into the pits is leader UJ. This is huge. UJ into the pits. Max continues and will take the lead. Jaden setting fastest laps. Will also jump UJ. Simon Joker will not get UJ, who comes back out in P3. Jaden's just a second behind Max now in the lead. Simon's just picked up a penalty under pressure from UJ. Can Max hold out a 2-stopper? A 1-stopper? I don't think he can. Jaden's got the pace anyway, even if he does. UJ's got 5 seconds to find. He is on soft tyres, but this man's pace has been incredible today. And you're about to see him take the lead within the next few corners. Remember, he started last. There he goes. Very close to contact. Sloth in the pits. Jaden into the lead up the inside of Max World. UJ has already closed the gap to under 3 seconds, so it's not over yet. Simon continues to fend off Joker, who went very deep there on the outside. Mr. Pickleton, the Aston Martins and Mercedes have been having a great scrap. Sloth now is out of it down at the back of the field, but King Kong is ahead of Mr. Pickle and Speedy Bullet. 50 Gent making the move on Easy Life. Good move. And up into P12 goes the Alfa Romeo. UJ is already within a second of Max. But Jaden still 2.5 seconds away from UJ. The battle for the win is on. Up the inside goes UJ on Max. And UJ takes P2. Joker making a move on Syme. And into P4 goes Joker. Syme tries to switch him back. Good move by Syme. Switch back. Beautiful. Retakes P4. Yellow is Sainsy again. Is off. And Jaden is going to come by and lap him. UJ has 2 seconds to find. Can he find 2 seconds on Jaden? Joker continues to try and scrap with Syme. UJ sets the fastest lap as he tries to get after Jaden. Sainsy is in the pits. Mr. Pickle has picked up a penalty. Lap 31 of 36. Can UJ get back to Jaden? Are the soft tyres enough? Joker is going to make another move on Syme. And does so. This time, is he going to get switched back? No, he isn't. This time the move is good for Joker on Syme. But Syme will not give that up without a fight. Mr. Pickle continues to chase King Kong. UJ has the gap down to 1.2, 1.1 seconds. But is he going to run out of laps? Or are the tyre durability going to last? Max has picked up a penalty. He's determined to keep this one stopper. And it went wrong for Swanton doing this with a last lap puncture that cost him a podium. And Joker is closing the gap while scrapping with Syme. Caution is set to do. That's a Haas off. And that's Spoonie. Spoonie's gone for a spin. UJ is now right on the tail of Jaden. We have our grandstand finish, ladies and gentlemen. Syme making a move on Joker. But does have a penalty, of course, that may negate it anyway. Can Joker get after Max and close the gap to within 3 seconds? Probably not. It's probably too much. We're going to stick with UJ as he's got DRS now. UJ and Jaden to battle out this victory. Syme and Joker battling hard for P4. Colin's got a bit of a gap to King Kong in the Pro-Am race. UJ goes to the outside and they've crashed! They've crashed! Jaden's in the wall! UJ, I'm sure, must have got some damage as well. If he hasn't, he's a very lucky boy. Doesn't appear to have any visual damage. Jaden was lucky not to DNF. He's completely smashed his front wing. Let's see if UJ is going to have to pit. At the moment, that's Sloth just behind him, who is a lap down. And he's staying in front of him. He's continued, picked up a penalty. Penalty for UJ. But at the moment, that's not going to cost him. Jaden into the pits. As you'd expect with that broken wing. And he might just call it a night. there, as he's going to drop right down the order. Not the finish we wanted to see to that battle. Simon Joker are still going at it. Max is maintaining his gap to Simon Joker. Despite the tyre age, just 3 laps left now. Colin looks to be home and hosed. Ahead of King Kong, who's got Mr. Pickle still for company, but with a penalty. Skippy up into the top 10 now. Just been passed by Jaden though, who has fitted soft tyres. Mr. Pickle picks up another penalty. Smug still not far behind Skippy, but does have a penalty as well. We will put up the penalties for you. Mr. Pickle, 9 seconds. It's going to cost him. Jaden will probably jump him by the end of the race. Joker just needs to follow Syme, but he's still going to scrap him anyway. We've got a yellow in sector 1. I think that's for a slow moving back marker. Joker and Syme again almost come together, and Joker up the inside. Syme goes to the switchback, bit of contact. Syme's got a penalty. Joker doesn't need to do this scrapping, but he's doing it anyway. Mr. Pickle similarly with a penalty is not going to make any headway. Jaden has close to within 3 of Speedy Bullet, so he's going to leap both of the Aston Martins on penalty. UJ has started the final lap of the race. Yellow in sector 2 again. I think is Sainsy going slowly. Jaden sets the fastest lap of the race. Mr. Pickle and King Kong still scrapping despite the big penalty for Mr. Pickle that's going to cost him all these places. Jaden has caught Speedy Bullet. UJ is coming round the last couple of corners. And UJ wins in Austria. Maxwell will bring it home on a one-stopper for second. Amazing stint from him. Joker will come across the line for P3. Ahead of Syme, who may lose the place to Colin. Colin jumps Syme for P4. King Kong jumps Mr. Pickle, as will Jaden. And not quite Speedy Bullet. Smug will come home in P10, but lose that to Skippy. So Colin with the Pro-Am win from King Kong and Speedy Bullet. UJ takes the main prize. Another cracking DRS race. UJ wins, but I'm sure the stewards will have a look at that incident with Jaden. Again, not my place to speculate, of course. Maxwell having a bit more luck than Swanton did with the long stint. Jaden the driver of the day, unsurprisingly. Starting from the rear of the field. He also got the fastest lap, I believe.
I just never felt that exact feeling before.
My heart was like this.
Now we gotta go into League 2. Yep.
FX's Welcome to Wrexham, exclusively on Disney Plus from $4.99 a month.
Something happened to me, but you wouldn't believe me if I told you.
But UJ takes the victory. Here's your classified check. UJ from Max. Joker in third. So 1, 2, 3 on the grid. Finished 1, 2, 3. Colin jumped Syme right at the end there on penalty and picked up a Pro-Am win. Great drive from the Hash driver. P4. Syme P5. King Kong P6 and P2 in the Pro-Am. Jaden had to settle for P7 in the end and the fastest lap. After that crash, then it was the Aston Martin pairing of Mr. Pickle in P8, dropping down with penalties once again, and Speedy Bullet in P9, and a podium on the Pro-Am side, with Skippy picking up the final point. Followed by Smug, 50 Gent, Easy Life, Spoonie, Sloth and Saint.